Well, it's cold. And it's March 21st. It shouldn't be this cold. And yet, it is. It's sunny and crunchy. So crunchy. I am not loving this temperature. Yes, Trunk is still running around. Seen her several times today. She was over there with the other girls. The two we're pretty sure are not having babies are back in the pen. We don't think they're going to have babies. That's okay. We were hoping not to have too many babies this time of year. Anyway, we intend to breed 2 of the females in a week. But for right now, we are trying not to step on the goat. I don't want to step on your little legs. But my mom is still here. She spent the night. There's a goat that is totally in my way. And a pony that I just walked into. Good boy. It's like, don't even touch me. So it's cold. It's gross. I bet you guys are all hiding in here because it's cold and gross. Hi, Dolly. Ugh. It's also quite windy. I know, it's windy. Okay, we have an egg. It's actually really cold, so if it's not cracked, oh, it's still warm enough. The egg is warm enough. No, oh, there's an egg down there. I think that one might be cracked. Let me check. I think it may be cracked. Ugh, I just hit the thing. Let's see. That's why I have this broom. If anyone wonders why there's a broom in here, and so I can reach under the shelf where Arwen likes to lay. Because, it froze. It froze. That's okay. It's okay. We just chuck it into the bush. Duck, duck, duck. Let's look around, see if we see any duck eggs. Yes, I see one. Again, can I reach it without opening the gate? I don't know that I can. Nah, I gotta open the gate. I don't like opening this gate. It's really a pain in the butt. But, oops. But I'll do it anyway. Yeah, this one. And this one. I don't like opening this gate. We've got to fix this gate. But we haven't fixed this gate. And it's cracked as well. So that's garbage, unfortunately. But it's freaking cold. Like, we're talking 20 below, just about. And tomorrow it is supposed to be back near, almost near freezing. So that would be, one, nice, but also weird. Also weird. So I'm just going to chuck this into the bush because it's cracked. Oopsie, I'm dropping this. Sorry for that funky camera work, but, you know. So, only one egg there instead of the 3. That's okay. We are going to increase our layer flock. We have more layers than you're seeing because we have a shed in the trees that a lot of the layers hang out in. It's going to go this way. I saw Trunk messing around with an empty pen here. If I get really lucky, she'll be inside it. I don't think she is. But it doesn't hurt to check. It doesn't hurt to check. And no, I'm not that lucky. That's okay. But it's really cold. It's fry night because it is Friday. So I'm going to make the potato wedges I made last week again. Because they're really fun. It's too cold for me to stay out here. It's literally freezing and I didn't put the big coat on. Why didn't I put the big coat on? Because I didn't. It sucks, but you know, what are you going to do? So, it's freaking cold. It's supposed to warm up again tomorrow. I'm going back inside because it's freaking cold. And all the birds are cold. They don't care. They're all cold. They're not cold. I'm cold. I'm just complaining about it. So, yeah, I'm going back in the house. It is too cold to stay out here. But yeah, fry night, and if I get around to it, I am going to plant those peppers like I said I was going to. But right now, it's freaking cold. So I'm going back in because it's cold. Well, we are going to make potato wedges. And the first step is always to peel and wedge your potatoes. Then they go in a pot. It's very complicated. It's actually a really easy process to just make potato wedges. So your wedges don't even have to be perfect. Like, just potato wedges. It doesn't matter. It's really not complicated. And it sounds harder to do than it is because you have to put them in breading or flour, really. You have to put them in egg. It's just, there's a lot you have to do. And there's no reason to make it more complicated than it is. So sometimes you just have to slow down, look at the steps, and realize it's not as hard as you think it is. So that's what we're doing today. And I'm basically just cutting 8 wedges per potato. It doesn't matter. I'm just filling up this pot. So that's what I'm doing. And then the water covers the potatoes. And separate these wedges a little bit. Come on, guys. But the water covers the potatoes. You add plenty of salt because the salt helps draw the starch out of the potatoes. And then you boil them for, you put them on the stove cold, bring it to a boil. Once it hits a boil, you set a timer for 4 minutes and call it good. Here comes another potato. Look at me go. So we're just doing enough to basically mostly fill the pot. But we're not going to film the whole thing because it's boring. That's basically what you do. You par cook them. You're not fully cooking them. Par cook them on the stove. So you stick them in the stove, on the stove, covered in water. Then you make sure that you bring it to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, set a 4-minute timer. And when you have that 4-minute timer go off, drain the potatoes. And we will come back when that part is happening because you don't need to watch me chop 27 potatoes because it's very, very boring. Very boring. I almost cut my finger off. Maybe that would have been less boring. But at any rate, this potato is thick enough that it's getting multiple wedges. Instead of just the few, I'm cutting it a couple of different times because it's a fairly large potato. So that's what we're doing. Then we'll come back after these are boiled. Just chop this final one. And I think that looks like about enough wedges, don't you think, Tristan?
Yeah.
Good enough amount of wedges? Separate them. All of the wedges will fit, don't you worry about it. Anyway, we're going to pop those on the stove and boil them up. And when they're done, I get to do the next step, which will be fun. There we go. Those are boiled. Only for a few minutes. They're not thoroughly cooked, and that's okay. They don't have to be. But we're just gonna take them out of here. And what we're gonna do is put some seasoning on there. That seasoning smells good. It's kind of a Cajun-based seasoning. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be any seasoning. You can use any seasoning, taco seasoning, whatever. It doesn't matter. I just happen to be using what I had, and that's Cajun. I absolutely love these potatoes. There we go. A little more seasoning. We don't need to use all the seasoning. There we go. I think that's all. Yeah, it looks like it. A little more seasoning. Put a lid on. going to pop that in the fridge to cool because it really needs to be cold before I do anything else to it. So that's what I'm doing, fridge to cool. Well, our potatoes are cooled. Don't get rid of that lid. We're gonna need an egg. And then we're gonna need a cup or so of buttermilk. Ish. It doesn't matter. I don't measure. Some baking soda, about half a teaspoon, like just a little bit, not much. That just makes the batter fluffy. And then we're gonna mix that in. This, I don't measure a lot. You'll notice I don't measure. Pour that right in there. Again, very little ceremony. This is not that complicated. So we're gonna need this lid. Turn that upside down. Your lid has to be pretty much leak proof to pull this off. Take the lid off. There we go. That's now covered in buttermilk. Now we need some flour, about a cup. The rest of this seasoning, or however much seasoning you want. Some cornstarch. I need the lid for that, don't I? Find the lid. I can't reach. I really need longer arms, to be honest. Mix that up. And then we're going to start. I'm going to use this again. I don't care. Just scooping the potatoes. Drain the batter off. Pop them in there. It's really easy. They just all go in there. If you have any more potatoes, you can use this mixture. Otherwise, just throw it out. Put it in your compost, which is what I usually do. So ideally, I would have a bigger bowl, but I've been using up my bigger bowls today and I haven't turned on the dishwasher. Why haven't I turned on the dishwasher? Absolutely no good reason. Okay. Okay, I think there's one more piece in there. There we go. That's done. We don't need that anymore. Okay, shake that so it's mostly, level. Lid. Again, flip it over. There we go. Lots of shaking. Then you need a deep fryer. Also, obviously, that has to pop out at you. And I'm gonna use these. No, I'm gonna use these ones. It's easier. Make sure all of these get pretty coated in flour. You want them coated. It's important. Preheat your fryer. You can use a pot on the stove. I prefer a fryer just because it does give you better options. Like you can control the temperature a little bit better. Whereas you can't really control the temperature sometimes in other, with a pot on the stove. You kind of need to control your temperature. So you can do it with a pot on the stove, but I prefer no. Okay. Just going to break some of these up. Then I'm going to get, the dog is waiting for hers. I'm just going to get a spoon, gently do this, okay, just to loosen everybody up, just to kind of put these guys at the bottom who didn't get thoroughly coated. They can go last. Throw these guys in. just so everything can get coated. Bring these really coated guys to the top. Because really my bowl wasn't quite big enough. Whoops, get back in there. Okay. Get a cloth for my fingers. Now we're going to do, this is really easy. This is why these are so good. You take one, shake, it just broke. Shake it off, drop it in. You literally drop them right into the oil. You literally take them, tap them off, right into the oil. Tap them off, right into the oil. It's really easy. So some of them are not going to be fully coated. Don't pull those ones yet. And when you do have a really well coated one, tap it off on one that's not very well coated. Now what you want to get out is a rack. A rack over top of a paper towel or a mat or whatever. Something that it can drip dry on. You're only going to let these go a couple of minutes. Okay? Just so the batter sets. Just so that batter sets. And while you're waiting for those, just kind of move these guys around so they get a little bit better covered when they need to be. And wipe your hands off. Okay? They don't need to be fully crisped. You're just doing the first fry. And then just keep doing that until they all come out. And then you just throw them on the tray to dry. You want them to cool down on the tray because if you let the batter cool, the moisture from the batter evaporates. And if the moisture from the batter evaporates, you get a crisper fry, crisper potato wedge. So it's a really good thing to do. So just keep going. I'm going to turn the recording off while I do this. We'll come back for the final fry because it's really worth it. It's worth the effort. Okay, absolutely 100% worth the effort for this final fry because these potato wedges turn out so good. I do this a lot. I don't always record it, but you can even make these in bulk and freeze them after this first fry, which is not a bad idea at all. It is such a good idea. Anyway, I'm going to turn off the recording while these set, because they're excellent and we do enjoy them. Well, my potatoes are cooling. I really love making wedges. So my potatoes are cooling and right now I am just wandering back this way to look for more eggs. My mom is still here staying for dinner again. She's going to go home after dinner. She came for pizza night and fry night, which is exciting. And everyone is still doing just fine despite the fact that the temperature is dropping rapidly. Like, it's cold. And it shouldn't be this cold. I know I keep complaining about the weather, but frankly, it's freaking cold. Don't like it. I do not like it. It's not fun for me. And if it's fun for anybody else, well, there's something wrong with you. This is not fun. Hi, Shadowfax. Hello, my pony. Pony, my pony. Let's go see if there's any eggs. There's a pony behind me. Hi, guys. Okay, let's open this door. See if we can find any eggs. I came out a little earlier and wasn't filming, and I found eggs, but they were like frozen solid. Hi, sweetie. That's my Mira up there. And then these two bums. Yes, you guys are good. No more eggs. Hi. Hi. You're such a good horsey. Yeah, you're such a good horsey. You're the best boy in the world. Oh, look at that face. Look at that wonderful face. He's a little less dirty. Still ridiculously dirty, but he's actually a little bit better. I don't know. It's ridiculous. Anyway, that is what we're doing out here. Shafak's following me. That is what we're doing out here today. Following me? They're following me. But yeah, that's what we're doing out here. Looking for eggs. There are none. But that's okay. I came out earlier and seriously, there were more frozen ones. So unless I get them just as they're being laid. Hi, but you can't come with me. No, 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 no. There's a giant turkey. There's a turkey. But despite pretty much all the nonsense that's happening, it's freaking cold. That's like the entire focus. There's a turkey. I don't know why he's... And there goes the rabbit. Seriously. The rabbit is back there wandering around. Because she's nuts. Like, what can I do about it? Nothing. She's fine. But there's literally nothing I can do about it. Because she's... Hi. Because she's completely crazy. So, yeah, she's just bouncing around. She's literally bouncing there by the side of the barn. Like, she's bonkers. I don't know what to do about it. Nothing. That's what I'm doing about it. I'm going this way. I'm going back in the house to finish my potatoes. But we're doing fine. We're doing fine. So I am going back in the house to finish my potatoes. Because I can. Because it's fun. It's entertaining. It's Friday. We like Fridays because we can have fried food. And we only have it once a week. So it's good. Back in the house to visit with my mom and make the fried food. It'll be fun. We have way too much going on in here. These are the cooled down potato wedges ready to be fried a second time. These are chicken tenders. Those are raw chicken tenders. These are chicken tenders. Yeah, those can come out. Chicken tenders fried once. They come out, get dumped on this plate, and end up having to cool so that the moisture can evaporate from the batter. And then, if we move here past Tristan, we also have in here muffins. Whoa, steam. But yes, and the dishwasher's going. But yes,
What happened to your water?
There is a ton going on in the kitchen right now. And there we go. Homemade potato wedges. Homemade chicken tenders. Now, if you're wondering why there's two different colored chicken tenders, it's because partway through Tristan ran out of breadcrumbs, and so he used a flour dip for the second phase. But that's what we got up to on Friday. This is an excellent meal, and don't forget, let's move, this dishwasher's still going. Let's move over here. Most of the muffins got eaten, but here are the most delicious muffins that my other son made, and here is the dinner. So that's what we've been up to today. Lots of fun. I didn't bother trying to catch the rabbit. And Tristan spent a long time on his lovely chicken tenders. Tequila is barking because she wants a chicken tender. And I absolutely adore fully cooked, fully fried potato wedges. This is what we get up to on Fridays. Anyway, that is about it for the end of the day for us. My mom is about to go home. So we will see her next time. I know you didn't see her on camera. She prefers not to be. You can hear the dog in the background. But hopefully we will do this again next Friday. Maybe different food, but we really are partial. Tristan loves making these, and I'm really partial for the potato wedges. Anyway, that is literally it for us here tonight at Andersen Acres. I do hope you'll join us again tomorrow. And no, we're not going to try to catch that rabbit.